Okay, so what we're going to look at are the 3 types of stretches that, if done in combination, will give you huge gains in your flexibility, especially if you're old like me. So number 1, the first one we're going to look at is the one you do first. So the first one we do is dynamic flexibility. So dynamic stretching, which isn't really stretching, it's just giving you your full range of motion. So this is the kind of stretching that you'll do, or movement you'll do, before activity or in the mornings. So if you do this in the mornings, you're looking at getting your full range of motion for the day. If you do it before activity, it's been noted that these kind of exercises will make you stronger and faster for your main workout. So let's quickly look at how we can do this. So these dynamic exercises are just swings, but they aren't ballistic. We're not doing them super fast because we don't want to damage the muscles. Ballistic is different. So we're just going to do dynamic, and dynamic is just a swing. So all you're going to do, you might start low. If we're just looking at this one for the hamstrings, we start low, try not to kick anything, and then you just get higher, the more the muscle warms up. Yeah, so we just swing, swing, swing until you get up to where it's comfortable. You know, you're not trying to stretch, you're not trying to force muscles. This isn't ballistic, this is dynamic. So that's all we're going to do. You can do it to the side, you can do this one as well. It's just a gentle swing and slowly getting higher. So you might do repetitions of 10, you might need to do up to 80, depending on your muscle tone and flexibility. You might need to do more. So you might need to do sets of 10. But start with this one, dynamic flexibility. So number 2. So what we're going to do next is PNF stretching. Now, PNF is where you're going to get most of your gains, because it's one of the most painful types of stretching. You're kind of going to force it a little bit, which means you will get quicker gains, but it will be more painful. So this is done much like you want to look at it like a strength workout. So you only do this 2 to 3 times a week. And the way we do it, what I'm going to start with, I'm going to start the easy version. We can start on this one. So we're just looking at the hamstrings. So PNF, what we do, we're looking at tricking the stretch reflex. We're going to force it. So what we do, if my hamstrings are lengthened now, what I'm going to do is use my foot and push my heel down, as if pushing it down to the ground, trying to push it through the stool. And I count to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then I release the muscles and I go lower. So now I'm going to lengthen the hamstrings, I'm just going to go forwards towards my foot. And then we push again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Release, and you go a little bit further. And we keep doing that. So we do that 3 times. On the last time, on the 4th time, we're going to hold it for 30 seconds at the length that we've got to. As I say, this puts the muscles under a little bit of pressure, so it is a little bit harder, but you do get exceptional gains through this. So the second way of doing this is we can use a strap and place a strap around the foot. I'm going to get some help with this one. So I place a strap around the foot here. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, okay, boys, you're not helping. Okay, so now as I pull my foot towards me, I'm going to push my heel this way. Yeah, so don't let your leg move, hold it here. So we're tightening these muscles, pushing that way for 8, release, come a little bit further. And again, push for 8, release, go a little bit further. So, thank you. Simply done. Again, it's about that tension, putting the muscles under tension if we're pushing away. What this does, when the muscles tense, they'll fatigue a little bit, and it's much easier to relax them afterwards. So it's much easier to tense and relax than just relax. Okay, so the last version we're going to do, boys, if you can move over for me instead of attacking me, is we're going to do, say for instance, you're doing the splits or something like that, or practicing for the splits. It's the same idea. We go to where we need to go, and then we push downwards. So I'm pushing with these muscles and the muscles at the back here, squeezing them as if I'm squeezing them down into the floor. Then I relax and I go a little bit further. You may get just a centimetre or a millimetre out of this, but it's the gain. Yeah, and then we go again. We push, 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 and relax. And then once you get to the end, you hold this, the end position for 30 seconds. Thank you, you two. It's very helpful. So there you have PNF. As I say, this is, don't grab things, is what you want to do after your dynamic. So once you've warmed up, once you've done your dynamic, you really want to warm up for this one. Go into your PNF, do 3 sets of 8, then 30-second hold. And you can do this for various different muscle groups. Okay, number 3. So the one we do at the end is passive stretching. Now the passive stretching we're going to do is going to be from something like Yin Yoga, where the holds are held relaxed, maybe not have good posture with it, but it's relaxed, and we hold it for 5 minutes. So what we're looking at, the reason this is so good, one, it doesn't put the muscles under too much pressure, because we're not going to go as low as we usually do, because that can make it uncomfortable, and we want to hold it for a length of time. We want the body to relax, the mind to relax, and the muscles to relax. So if you think of PNF, or if we go from the start, we think of we think of dynamic as getting our full range of motion. PNF of pushing the muscles into new ranges and tricking it to get into new ranges while strengthening the muscles. The passive is going to get our body and brain used to the muscles held at a certain length for a longer period of time. What that will do is tell our brain and muscles that it's safe to be at this range. We don't have to tense, we don't have to damage ourselves. Now, this is one of the problems with PNF, that if you're getting older like me, that you might find that you can't stretch again after a few days because you've worked the muscles too hard, because we do recover slower. So then the passive can work really well for you. And the passive you can do every day. So the passive is great because you can habit stack, you can watch TV while doing it, you can listen to music while doing it, you know, you can, because you're not stressing yourself out, the body out too much. So again, it's the same idea, we're just looking at the hamstrings again. So again, all I'm going to do is go down to a position that I feel comfortable and then relax. And I breathe in for 4, out through the mouth for 8. And I release. What I'm doing is trying to release the muscles as much as possible. And you hold this for 5 minutes. Keep breathing, keep focusing on relaxing, releasing. And I'll just put my head, go a little bit further, if I feel I can, but not so that it's superly uncomfortable. It will pull a little bit, that's fine. But if it gets to the point you can't hold it for 5 minutes, come up a little bit, pull out the stretch slightly so that you can hold it for 5 minutes. It's the length of time that we're after with this one. It's not about strengthening the muscles, it's about lengthening them and getting the body used to it. So if you imagine, the more time you're in a range of motion, the more the body thinks that that's part of who you are. So you can do the same kind of thing with this on the splits practice. You can use blocks if you need to hold yourself up. Or you can just use your hand. Just go to a position, you go, right, that's comfortable. You don't go as low as you usually do. So you can go to here. And if you're comfortable like this and holding it, and you can hold this for 5 minutes, that's absolutely fine. Or you can use your blocks. Place them under your leg here, and then just relax on that. And this will allow you to relax more. Yeah, and then you just relax into it and you focus on your breathing and your release. I'll get knocked over. I'm not careful. Okay, so there you are. There are the 3 types of stretching that will give you huge gains if you do them together. So you might not do them completely together. You might do your dynamic in the morning when you get up to get your full range of motion. Then you might do maybe a little bit of dynamic, but then in the evening you do your PNF 2 to 3 times a week. And then while you're watching TV, you just do some passive stretching. And the way this can work really well is if you haven't got much time, just do one muscle group. Go, right, I'm going to work my hamstrings for a month. Then maybe work your adductors for a month. And look at that. So if there are any specific muscle groups or things that you want me to look at, just put in the comments below. And with that, happy stretching and don't injure yourself.